Well, hello there, everybody, and welcome to a nice, bright midday Sunday. Today is the 22nd of June. It's also an important day for someone, but we'll mention that later. We got some items on the agenda today. No panel. This just be myself, and of course, my beautiful wife Suzanne supervising the chat. As you can tell by the title, this is one of our Just Another Streams, JAS. This is number 21. This will also be the 385th video that we've put on this channel since way back in 2017. So I am pretty proud of that. Okay, so today we are talking about the world at war. And believe me, there is a lot of different things going on around the world at this point in time. I'm sure as all of you have recently heard about the attacks on Iran from Trump card, Trump the dump truck, whatever you want to call him. It's on his watch. He's responsible. He used bombers. He used missiles. There you go. All in a nutshell. And now Iran got pissed off and they shot back. Well, why wouldn't they? They got some radical people in their Revolutionary Guard. That's the main problem right there. The people are trying to instigate a coup or a revolution or whatever you call it nowadays. But, there's way too many corrupt people in charge. So, therefore, since the United States got pissed, they get pissed. And it goes back and forth. I felt like, like I said, I like taking Sundays off. And I think from now on, I'm taking weekends off completely, or at least on hiatus. Well, one of the reasons is one of my best friends, Larry, who's going to be undergoing a major surgery soon in July, on July 1st. And we all have prayers up for him, so please have lots of prayers up for my friend Larry from BR Sub Adventures and his entire family when he's ready to undergo this controversial, well, it's not really controversial, okay? It's a necessary surgery, but it does have its risk. And hello, Matt 2890. Hey, Mikey. Hope you and Suzanne are having a great day. Thank you. Yes, we're actually relaxing today, Matt. But I felt like this was an important topic I needed to cover on a Normally I would do this during the week with my webcam. But actually today I felt like, okay, let's do a live stream. But at the moment, I'm not quite dressed. It's going to be a really warm day today. In fact, it's already, gee willikers, it's already 86 degrees Fahrenheit. Dang. Oh, man. Yeah. So basically I'm in my skivvies. I don't want to give you much more than that because I don't want to give you folks nightmares. That's not my thing. I don't want to do that. And hello, Roger Blair. Howdy, Mikey. Welcome, Roger. It's good to see both of you here today. All right. Well, I actually do have an agenda. I actually do have 3 comments to make about 8 different subjects. But I'm excited about the last 2. Well, actually, the last one. That'll be interesting. And, of course, Matt says, hey, Roger. Yeah, very cool. Alrighty. Okay, so the first thing on the agenda is something that is kind of personal to me, only because one of my friends, Karan Malik, and his fiance, well, they could even be married now, so let's just say couple. They live in India, and they have friends over in Pakistan, which is supposedly, someone fired a missile in there, and they've always had a tenuous relationship between India and Pakistan, but now it's heightened. They're on heightened alert for both countries. My friend Karan actually works as an IT guy, and he's a world traveler. He goes around, goes with his wife and stuff, and they have fun places when they can. But he knows some friends over in Pakistan, like I said, and they're both really in a difficult situation right now. they're trying to keep the peace, by spreading, favorable discourse, between internet lines and stuff and so on. But the powers that be for both countries are just waiting. They're scratching their itches and waiting for just someone to start, shooting, and the next thing you know, the whole place will be up in an uproar. So, yeah, it's pretty bad. It's pretty bad. And there's my friend. My friend LK Virtual Quiz. Hello, LK. You're new to the chat, and so thank you for being here. Appreciate that. And here's my buddy, Accounting Sheep, from the chats and streams we do with our wonderful mutual friend, Charlotte Nightstar, the werewolf. Woo! I hope you also say that in the chat there, Accounting Sheep. But it's great to see you. Hi, Mike. Thank you, Accounting Sheep. Also, Roger Blair says it's 84 degrees and humid here in Eastern Kentucky. Hey, Matt. Yeah, we're at 86 degrees Fahrenheit and humid up here in Scarborough, Ontario, Canada, Mr. Blair. Yeah, so we're pretty much in the same boat as you are right now. And Matt says hello to Accounting Sheep. And Roger Blair says, hey, Accounting Sheep. And there's my new friend. She's actually an old friend from Virtual Quiz. We do word puzzles and stuff together, liked and shared. Mikey Sus 4. Thank you, little Virtual Quiz. Very much appreciated. Thank you so much. And stand by. And yes, so welcome. And here, we'll put a star right by you. She says, hi, everyone. Stand by. And Matt says hello to LK Virtual Quiz. That's very appreciated, guys. And for welcoming the young lady. She's a very nice person. Like I said, I do a lot of word puzzles and stuff with her, and to try to keep my brain active. You know what I mean? Just kind of like I do this one online app. There's a couple I actually play, a couple game apps I play, but one is called Word Wipe, and Word Wipe is where I get you have to break down an entire puzzle, to form words and stuff, and that's where I get a lot of my practice. Excuse me, is cutting down all the wording and all that stuff, and and if there's multiple of one letter, I can eliminate those right away. And if there are 3 T's or 3 U's or all these other things, it's kind of cool. Yeah, like I said, it keeps my mind active, so I'm kind of happy about that. Alrighty. So just to kind of finish the discussion of India and Pakistan, it is a powder keg right now, just waiting to explode. Like I said, if someone makes a mistake on either side, then there's going to be a little bit of a war there, a little bit of a fight. That's what I'm afraid of, and I don't want my friend and his fiance or his wife, Karan. I don't want him and his wife to be in the center of a crossfire. You know what I mean? So I've got some prayers out for them, and it's not a good situation there right now, obviously. Okay. Well, that's the first agenda we got out of the way. All right. The next topic we got is, you've all seen it. You've all heard it. Israel against Palestine. Now, will it be full-on genocide? I have no idea. All I know is there's a lot of suffering people. This is not a good time, It's not. There's a lot of dying. It's endless, and as I said in the description, hurting worldwide. So a lot of people are hurt. A lot of people are gone, and it's very endless. It seems endless. Now, these two countries have been at it for centuries. I don't need to tell you, since back in biblical times. All the different tribes and so on that have been at each other's throats, the Shiites and so on, Muslims and so on. But I mean, it's just it's a whole big conflagration there, And the people who are suffering ultimately in the middle of all of it are seniors, kids, and the moms. See, the guys are, they think, their old way of thinking is, we'll go off and fight the war. All of you stay home and just don't do anything. Or go find some shelter and make sure you're safe. And that's pretty much it. And that's on both sides. I'm not just saying that one side is better than the other. I'm definitely not saying that. All I'm saying is war is never good. War never ends until it ends. And there are losers on every side. There are no winners, no triumphs. It's all terrible and all sinful, if you didn't know that. So, all I can say to the Palestinians and the Israelis is, let's come to a compromise. Let's come to a bargaining chip. Let's come to a full ceasefire. Because nobody, and I mean nobody, needs to suffer in this war or in any of the other wars going on around the world right now. Now, some people will call them brush fires. Okay, that's a legitimate stand, but I wouldn't say it's more. It's not like it's more than just a brush fire. Okay, these are conflagrations, but they're on a very small scale. Now, let's think for a moment. If someone even drops one nuclear missile or a nuclear bomb or anything anywhere, full on World War III, right? Oh, and by the way, it's on Trump's watch. Yeah. Did you notice something back when he was elected in 2016? That's when wars started. That's when natural disasters got worse. And it's all repeating again. As they say, history repeats itself. And if you think we had a relaxing time with Biden, nope. That was not relaxing. That was terrible. It was absolutely insane. And I don't know how we get. When I saw who was going to be in charge, that was only part of the reason I moved here to Canada. Of course, the main reason is because I love my wife and I love our kitty cats, and I wanted to establish a new life in another country. So that's why I'm in Canada. I've been here for almost 8 years now. September 8th, I believe. Yeah, thank you, babe. Yeah, September 8th will be officially 8 years I've been in this country with my beautiful wife and my cats, our cats. Yeah, I love it here. I will never leave. I enjoy it here. Yeah, I mean, it has its problems. I mean, we got a carnival show barker who's in charge of the country. Did you catch that, Mark Carney? Carnival show barker, that's what I call it. But anyway, yeah, we're stuck with that man. But but hopefully not for long. If people get tired enough of him, at least we have a system in place that we can get rid of him after a period, and then we can get somebody else in there, some conservative guy. I don't think Pierre Poilievre might run again. He might. You never know. We'll just have to see what happens with that. And welcome to the chat, Mr. Curtis Selby, my tired midnight blogger brother. Howdy, Mikey. How you doing there, Curtis? It's good to see you, my friend. And Curtis says howdy to Matt, Roger, and accounting. And of course, he says howdy to our new person who's joined our growing family community of subscribers, Miss LK Virtual Quiz. So thank you, Curtis. And Matt says, hey, Curtis Selby. Very cool. Okay, that's where we stop. Or is that where we stop? God bring us peace. Yes, sir. That's a good point. Yes. Yes, bring us absolute peace. That is what is required. Okay. All right. We're doing good. We're making good time. All right, subject 3. Okay, well, as you heard overnight or a couple days ago, Trump card got serious and said, okay, you guys stop fighting Israel over there. Because you see, it's really on two fronts, right? You got Palestine to the west, you got Iran to the east, and Israel stuck in the middle somewhere. and they keep getting, either bombed from within or without, whichever way they go. And Trump finally put his foot down and said, okay, let's just fly some bombers overhead and bomb out 3 different Iranian nuclear power plants. Let's knock out their power, knock out their resolve. Oh, and by the way, stop fighting. We'll come in and destroy more. So that's basically where we're at, as far as that goes. Now, Israel has retaliated. Iran has retaliated with their drones and shit. Yeah, it's nuts, but hey, yeah, right. Yeah, it is after 11. How did you figure that out, Gorilla? And welcome, by the way, Gorilla's Random Thoughts. I'm glad he's back to random instead of his hamhead or censored. Yeah, son of a bitch. It's after 11. Yes, that's true. But welcome, Gorilla. I'm good to see you. We're good. We're great to see you. Glad to see you. Curtis says, good morning, Gorilla. Gorilla says, hey, Curtis. Hey, what happened to your kapla? Kapla! And Matt says, hey, Gorilla, random thoughts. And Gorilla says, let's just turn the entire Middle East into one large solar panel. Well, that would be nice. However, Russia would have something to say about it. China would have something to say about it for sure. Yeah, Gorilla, we just can't do that, We could try, sure. But as I said, World War III in Trump's time. Never happened in another war, to other, with the exception, of course, of, Franklin Delano Roosevelt and World War II and, Woodrow Wilson and those gang over there in World War I. But despite that, and probably other wars as well, I'm sure you'll mention them to me just to bring me up to date or to catch up on my past history, which seems to go by the wayside every single day. Don't like it, but hey, it happens. Old age. You'll learn about it, Gorilla. When you get to be 60 like me, you'll start to learn. I at least hopefully not the wrong way. Hopefully you'll learn the right way. Keep your mind active. That's what I always say. Gorilla says, hey, Matt. He also says, Curtis says, yes, kapla. Gorilla's Random Thoughts, glory to you and your house. And he says, kapla, may you bring glory to your streams. Which one is up to you? Right. Well, I hope I do bring glory to my streams, Sir Gorilla. Let's see. Curtis says, good old Woodrow Wilson, the slick intelligentsia that made us think we were fighting for freedom when he forged the chains that enslave us. Yeah, that's right, Curtis. You're right about that. Good old Woodrow. Yeah. Let's see. Let's make sure I got everybody. Gorilla. There's Curtis. Okay. All right, and here is my friend, Gage Noctum Gaming. Gage, what's going on here today? Hello, Cage. How you doing, my friend? Good to see you as always. We were just doing a live stream, just certain agendas about, wars going on, battles going on around the world, just kind of giving my own take on it. It's usually, I like, when I'm on the panel with, Gorilla's Cigar Lounge on Tuesday nights, I kind of like to hang back. I know I know I talk too much. I know I'm a chatterbox, but sometimes I do. Once in a while, I like to hang back and kind of listen, see what's happening, going on, and then I put in my 2 bits. That's pretty much all it is. Today, I'm just give myself a platform, a chance to address what's happening, and to give a prayer about all of it, and in the same time, we'll have a couple of fun bits going on later on. So hopefully we can cover all this in 2 hours. I'm pretty sure we can. And Curtis says, howdy, Gage Noctum Gaming. Gage says, hey, Curtis. Gorilla says, let's see. Carter started a war. Senior did. Slick Willie, Junior, and Obama also. Yeah, but Trump's done it twice now. All these guys were in there for one term, as far as I know. Well, maybe a couple were in for 2 terms, but you know, the rest of them all did it one time and got their kicks in, Gorilla. But yeah, Trump could literally lead us to World War III. That's kind of a scary premise, isn't it? And he says, spelled that wrong. It Obama. I know what you meant, Gorilla. And Matt says, hey, to Gage, Noctum Gaming. And Gage says, hey, Matt. And Obama, Curtis says, Gage says, Gage is said, Kage. By the way, not Cage. Okay, Kage. Noctum Gaming. Kage. Okay, I got it. Thank you, Kage. How are you, Matt? And what war did he start in his first term? Oh, Trump? Oh, that was the whole Israeli-Palestine thing got started in his term of office. It's just been going on for 8 years. It really was that. Oh, and by the way, when I get to mentioning it, the United States and China are still fighting over the sovereignty of Taiwan. China still wants it. USA says no freaking way. I ain't letting you have that. So that's going on too. It's a unpredictable peace right now because both navies are doing their war, their naval exercises over there, their war exercises. But we all know it's about Taiwan. We know this. Japan's at stake, They got Japanese Navy out there doing naval exercises. These people are shooting at each other for playtime, exercises. That's been going on ever since Trump got into office last time. Gorilla. So there's that. We'll mention that in a minute. Kage Nocturne Gaming, I'm doing well. Thank you. Hope you are as well. And Kage says Trump scares me. Oh, yeah, he scares a lot of people.
Even my parents. His wife.
Yeah, he what, honey?
Even his wife.
Oh, even his wife, Ivana. Yeah. Ivanka Trump, former wife. Yeah. Even she gets scared by him. Hey, my parents called him a dictator. Both times he was in office. So there's no change there. Now, would I call him the Antichrist? No. Let's not get biblical. He's not the Antichrist. There's others coming soon. So, no, he's not that. He's not even close to that. But, we never know. We'll have to see. And hello, PC, also known as Positive Candor. Hello, all. Hello, PC. How are you, sir? Always good to see you. Kage says, you think civil war might happen? Here in the United States, Kage, you never know. There's always the potential for a second one. I'll tell you this much. My wife and I, we saw that movie called Civil War, which featured Kirsten Dunst. It looked pretty realistic to me. It looked like something might come later on. You know how the eyes are? I won't say their full name, but you know how the eyes are when they like to predict these things and they do come true? Hey, it started with The Simpsons. They predicted Trump and, well, there he is. Whoop, there he is. Yeah, exactly. And Kage says, hey, Kender. All right, Gorilla says, if they think he's a dictator, I'll buy them a ticket to North Korea so they can see a real dictator. Oh, my parents don't need to. That's okay there, Gorilla. They already know that Kim Jong, Un or whatever his name is out there. Oh, yeah. He's definitely a dictator of China. I think North Korea. Sorry. North Korea. We all know that. But the person that owns China, right? Now wow. Yeah. Think about human rights being violated there in China. Oh, it happens every day. And then they say they provide us with all their, electronic devices, all that other crap. Yeah, well, if it's made in China, it's not supposed to work. Only if it's made in Canada or in America does it work. Remember that, Gorilla. Nothing made in China has ever worked. Never. Just saying. Nat says, hey, positive gender. And Gorilla says, that movie effing sucked. Yeah, well, I'm sorry, Gorilla. I thought, Susanna, I thought it was a pretty decent movie. Actually, is predicting the future, believe it or not. But, again, that's just our opinion. And if you've already seen it and you said it sucked, well, okay. That's up to you then. No worries. I still love you, brother. It's okay. You're cool. No animosity. Anyway, let's get to the next subject here. All right. So, as you all know, Russia and Ukraine been fighting for a few months now, over a year, even during the Biden administration. Yeah. Now we're back to Trump number 2, or should I say Trump part 2 administration. Yeah. I really feel for the Ukraine. I really do. It's not that I hate Russia. I really don't, because I actually know a few Russians. But I do know a few Ukrainians as well. It's kind of a mixed bag. There's a few friends I respect on one side, but I also have friends on another side. What I hate about it most of all is the government. The governments of both countries. Zelensky and Putin, they need to come to a bargaining table. They need to stop this. There's way too many people dying and way too many people profiting from this. Believe me, there are people that actually do profit from war. And that's a travesty. That is the worst thing that you could ever hear about, is when people profit off death. That's not cool. So I'm saying to Zelensky, I'm saying to Putin, I'm saying, look, and even Trump, get them together, get them to a bargaining table, and end this stupid war, this stupid feud that they have between a big country like Russia and a small state like Ukraine. End it. That's all I'm saying. And if you need Pope Bob's help, Pope Robert, get him in there. Or Pope Leo III, whatever he calls himself now. So yeah, get him in there. Let's see. Got some more in the chat. Couple more here. Curtis says, sad thing is, China used to be the most advanced nation in the world. They haven't been for the last 500 years. Well, if you're talking about real ancient technology, I'd probably say you were correct, Curtis. However, that being said, nowadays, China's just, has way too many people in it, but they do have a huge military budget, just like the United States, just like Russia. It's sad. And they're willing to go to war over anything. And as I mentioned before, or actually will mention here in just a minute or so, Taiwan is a big target. All right. And let's see here. Curtis says, lame joke incoming. No, we must all agree about all movies. If we disagree about films, we must hate each other. No, no. Hey, I'm laughing at the joke, so it's not so lame, is it? It's all right there, Curtis. We're doing okay, man. We're doing okay. All right. And Kage says, I think you can dislike a country without disliking the people. It's about the leadership, not the citizens. Correct. You're absolutely right, Kage. The citizenry as a whole are suffering under the blind ambition and leadership of their constituents, the government. They're being led blindly, and most of them are listening, and it's pretty sad. And I don't know how else we can solve it. Even here in Canada, we've got peacekeepers. That's what they do. They send them over, NATO, United Nations, whatever. They send them to these countries. They're at risk too, So we're all involved in this. We're all a part of this. The only way we can get out of this is just to pray for peace and try to lead our leaders, whether they're corrupt or not, to peace. Only peace in our time can be an effective way of trying to reestablish relationships and friendships among countries. Trump doesn't want that. Remember that, Gorilla. Trump does not want a peaceful relationship. Just remember that. And everybody else that's here, I hope you understand that as well. But we made our bed, now we have to lie in it. So, as the old saying goes. And Curtis says, I know a few Iranians, yeah, great people, but I've hated their government since 1979. Agreed. I may not know some Iranians myself, but I do know a few Israelis. And like I said, I do know Hindu, I know Indians, I don't know any Pakistanis, but I do know that there is a war coming. Now, whether it's World War III or not, I don't know. I hope not. Or at least I pray that there won't be. But, with all these, as they say, brush fires going on around the world, you never know. You're in doubt. Like every single day, you're just like kind of going, what? You don't know. And you think about it, and you're like, okay. Yeah, it's something to it is something to think about. It's also something to worry about a little bit. But the power of prayer is very substantial. And if we can pray for everything, that's, a good benefit to be able to, pray to our God and, or whichever God we serve and hope that everything comes to an end. No more war, no more death, no more battles, just peace in our time. That's what we all hope for and pray for. So anyway, the next one, I promise this will be the last of the war subjects. As you all know, over in the South China Sea, over in the Pacific, the United States and China are still, I love you, are still fighting over the sovereignty of Taiwan. Now, currently, Taiwan is its own country, an island. USA does have, I think, at least one or two bases there that I know of. China, not so much, but China does have a huge navy, and they're not that far from launching missiles into Taiwan or launching them into Japan or Saigon or down there in South Vietnam or South Korea or anything south of that parallel. So China has that, and the United States has to keep some naval personnel and stuff out there to watch over them to make sure they don't make a mistake, or test fire missiles or do whatever they do. So yeah, we got to watch over China to make sure they don't do stupid stuff. So that's basically it there. I mean, that's it's just we're trying to keep our forces there. Japan's keeping their navy. Australia's keeping their navy. New Zealand. They're all trying to keep their navies out there as a deterrent. Because if China gets stupid, then we're going to have to start firing at them. They'll fire at us. Russia will more than likely try to back up China. So then it's all a big old mess. So there's a pot of cake for you there, right there. Be careful, honey. Be safe. Trust no one, okay? My wife's going out to get some extra goodies for us. Love you. Alrighty. Well, enough of the war talk. Let's get to some other events going on. All right, so tonight at 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern, along later on, of course, Gorilla will have his Cinema Sunday. He has a mystery movie, won't tell us what it is, so that's okay. But tonight is Game 7, which I'll be focusing on, of the NBA Finals. of 2025 between the Indiana Pacers and the Oklahoma City Thunder. These two teams have never met each other in a finals before, and it's gone pretty much as expected. 3-3, with Game 7 winner take all coming on tonight. Now, the last time that happened was in 2016, and unfortunately, my Golden State Warriors and the Cleveland Cavaliers were involved. LeBron came back from a 3-1 deficit, LeBaby, I call him anyway, and they came back and beat my team 4-3. It really hasn't happened much in the history of the NBA, so this is going to be something interesting to watch. And Curtis says Oklahoma. Well, it would be nice if they won, Curtis. They did have the best record, you know. They went 68-14. So they had the best record in all of the NBA, and Game 7's in their home court. Let's hope they win. But to be honest, Brother Curtis, I'm taking Indiana and the points. So we'll see what happens. Hey, there you go. If we lose, I will blame Trump. There. Perfect. Yes. Say it's on Trump's watch if you lose. Okay? Now, I kind of think you will win. It'll be tough. It'll be a close game. I'm still taking the Pacers and the points. I think the eyes that be, the ones that run all the sports, they want an upset. They want Indiana to win. So we'll just see. Eyes with Indiana. That makes a lot of sense. Don't you think? The Freemasons, whatever they call themselves. Yeah. So we'll see. We'll see how that works out. Alrighty. Yeah, so I'm thinking Indiana in an upset. I'm hoping for Curtis, though. I really would like to see the Thunder win it, really, to be honest. So we'll see what happens. Let the good guys win, right? Yeah. Well, they're both good guys. They're both good teams. So let the best guy win. The best team win. So we got Alexander against Halliburton. Well, we'll see what happens with that. All right. So that is the NBA Finals. Game 7 tonight, remember, 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern on ABC. Okay. All right. Now, one thing I always like to take a look at, this is kind of a fun thing. I always like to take a look at where they have a special day in place or some kind of special celebration. And I do see that it's World Rainforest Day. Whee! Nice. My favorite musical artist, Sting, is a big supporter of the Rainforest Foundation and also of the peoples, the tribes that live all over there in South America, in the Amazon rainforest. He's a huge supporter of them and gives lots of dollars and charitable causes. He even goes over there and does a few concerts, for a limited budget. And whatever he makes from the budget, he gives back to the peoples there in Brazil and Colombia, Venezuela, all of those countries. French Guiana. So I'm really happy. So today is World Rainforest Day. Very cool. And I'm sure there'll be a few celebrations down there in South America, Latin America, Central America, all of that. I'm pretty sure there'll be a lot of celebrations about that today. But anyway, the most important thing is we need the rainforest. The rainforest is what gives us the majority of our oxygen and nitrogen content. It keeps us alive. It keeps a lot of animals to survive and thrive and help us with food and edibles and drinks and medicines as well. Because a lot of medicines have come from the jungles of the Amazon and all over the place there in South America. So, South America is very important to us. And with all these damn logging companies and people who want to tear up the rainforest and destroy it, you're all assholes, okay? In my book. So leave the rainforests alone. Let it thrive. Let it be there. You know, you make up these excuses like, oh, I got to cut food for my family and stuff. Okay, in some ways, the excuse might fit the crime, but in other cases, it only perpetuates the crime. And you're killing nature in a whole scale. Now, I'm going to say something I've probably never said to anyone, but I'll say it now. I am not one of those Greenpeace naturalist jerks who jump around the world protecting all the animals and forests and all that stuff. I do see that there is a purpose of why we should have controls like that in place to moderate. Yeah, sure. We need some wood to build a home, to build a shelter, and we need stuff like that. But in other cases, we still need the animals that are there, the rainforest itself for protection, shade, all sorts of things. And like I said, to breathe on this earth, we need trees. Trees are essential. So, you know, we need them. So I'm just saying, I don't go extremist like Greenpeace or any of those other organizations, but I do believe in a healthy, wholesome planet. We need it, and people need to work on it. I mean, I always refer back to Al Gore because Al Gore, even though he wasn't much of a politician, he was a naturalist, and he told you what was going to happen. Oh, and by the way, it has. So whether that's a prophet or prognosticator or whatever you call him a jerk, call him an asshole, call him whatever you want to call him, but he's been right about a lot of things. Just saying. Anyway, enough about the rainforest. Let's keep it clean. Let's keep this world safe. All right. And last but not least, today is the birthday of our brother Jay Aldridge down there in Louisiana, who I'm sure he's celebrating it with his girlfriend Renee, doing all sorts of kinky things and whatever needs to go on. So, yeah, that's our Jay. Today is his birthday. He doesn't say the year, and he doesn't give a shit. So I'm like, okay, no worries. I just say happy birthday, Jay, and we did. And again, I want to thank one last time. I want to thank everybody that was there on June 16th for my beloved Suzanne's 59th birthday. Yeah, she was 39 for a little bit, but she said, nah, I'm happy with my age. Because she gets to share it with me. See, what happens is she shares my age with me for another 3 months and 6 days. And then eventually on September 22nd, that's when I'm going to reach the big 6-0. And she'll stay at 59. Isn't that a nice arrangement? She gets to stay a year younger than me, and I get to grow older and fat and stupid and whatever else happens. But she's the smart one. That's another thing about relationships. And I'm telling you guys one more time, if you don't have a woman in your life, there are 3 things you want to do to get that woman in your life. 1, understand their complexities and their idiosyncrasies. 2, they need to be more intelligent than you. I'm sorry. That's a bar none, non-negotiable settlement. Woman needs to be smarter than you. And number 3, whether it concerns family or not, their feelings matter, much as your feelings matter as well. Make some compromises, but you can be equal in all things and do things all together. If you work, she works. If you want to have kids, she wants to have kids. It's got to be mutually exclusive and mutually agreeable, or it doesn't work. And of course, part of that, number 3, is communication is key. It is the key to everything, to any friendship, relationship, and growing old together, and whatever else needs to be done in this world. So, to Jay Aldridge, I say, happy birthday, brother. And may Renee celebrate with you in a good way today. Have some fun. Get horny. Do whatever needs to be done afterwards. Don't let us know it, okay? Keep it to yourself. All right. So that is Jay Aldridge. Happy birthday. Okay. Wow. I did good for myself. 45 minutes. I figured this would take at least an hour, but I did pretty well. Okay. Well, we've got 4 people still watching. Very cool. Thank you very much. And, well, if you folks have anything to say or mention anything that you can think of, the forum is open. You can all say whatever you want to say, just, of course, within reason, If you want to talk about a few things of politics, I'm open to that right now, at least for now. But not a lot of things. I've pretty much mentioned everything that I have a gripe against. You see, I don't mince words. At least I don't think so. I try to get the point out across best I can. You got to forgive me. I'm turning 60, and as I get older, I do tend to forget some things back and forth. That's just natural progression of life. That's what you go through. You'll have your Freudian slips, or you'll have your brain lapses, whatever else comes. All right. And Curtis says, great stream, Mikey. God bless you. We may not agree on everything, but we agree on the important stuff. Yes. Yeah, that's a good point, Curtis. Brother Curtis. Yeah, I do appreciate you saying that. That does mean a lot. And I'm sure Gorilla and I, same situation. We don't always agree on everything, but I know he likes me. I know he cares about me and Suzanne and the cats. And we care about him and his kids and his cats. So yeah, I mean we're good people. We love, and we do love God. Yes. Love God, love each other, and hug your fur babies. Amen to that. Yeah, you gotta hug your partner in crime there, right? Your fur doggy baby. Yeah, absolutely, Curtis. I totally agree with you on that. And yes, Gorilla, if you're still listening, Jethro needs your love. Give him some love. He may be a whore sometimes, but heck, I mean, he is your fur baby. He's all you got. Well, he may have a couple. I only seen the one, but I think I'd seen the second one running around somewhere. But yeah, you have your kids too, and I know you love them, as any dad would, and that's great, man. I mean, they're your kin, right? They're your flesh and blood. When they turn 18, you'll be ready to take your big old foot, your right foot, hopefully, and kick them in the ass and say, "Okay, now go make something of yourselves, and be proud of it. Be proud of who you are. You're a gorilla." So there you go. You're flesh of my flesh and bones of my bones. For Hadley and for his son and everything else. I mean, yeah, absolutely. Be proud of who you are. Never be ashamed. You have a lot to become. And there is one thing you have to remember. If you don't die early on in life, that just means that God has a mission for you that you haven't accomplished yet. And when you do accomplish that mission, you'll know. Because then that's when it's time to go to that great big, auditorium in the sky or whatever it is. I don't know what heaven looks like. Nobody does. Not until you actually pass away from your mortal coil and go upstairs. Hopefully upstairs. All right. Gorilla says, I changed what movie we are doing tonight for What's on the Horizon to the West. Okie dokie. Well, Gorilla, I know I said I may not be there on most Sundays, but I will try to be there for you this Sunday, okay? For your cinema. So, because I'm curious. I'm curious to see what movie you're going to come up with. So, all right, brother. So, yeah, keep me informed. We'll just let Suzanne know. She's got you on notifications, and I do too. So, whoever gets it first on her phone, that's when we usually know that you're going live and stuff. So, just that you're aware of that. So, all right, cool. Thank you, Gorilla. I appreciate that. I love you, brother. All right. Well, I guess we'll just go ahead and make it a complete hour. I did plan on going longer, but if you guys and gals out there have a subject you want to bring up right now, a topic of anything really, just just pay attention to what it says on that scrolling line down there. Please be civil and just have fun. Let us know what you're looking forward to. Uh, I know Suzanne and I are going to see 28 Years Later, which is part of the 28 franchise. With 28 days, 28 months, 28, or excuse me, 28 days, 28 weeks. They didn't do 28 months. I think there was a personnel differences or something, irreconcilable differences. But then they came up with 28 years later. So, yep, you meow too. So, there's that. And Gorilla says if I have power, Dems are supposed to go from 97 to 65 like it's seeing a state trooper. Yeah, well, I feel hard. I feel your pain, Gorilla. We're supposed to get up to our 90s like before Tuesday, and right now it's 86 degrees outside, partly sunny. Yeah, 86 degrees Fahrenheit, and of course the most wonderful presence of humidity here back east. So there's that. Yeah. Let's see. I guess we can talk about movies real quick. Like I said, we want to see 28 Years Later. Then we want to see uh, Jurassic World Rebirth with Scarlett Johansson. Then Superman with Crypto, the flying super dog. Let's see. Then Fantastic Four, First Steps, with Robert Downey Jr. as Dr. Victor Von Doom. So he's in a mask and a big green thing. Cool. And then, let's see. Metallic, by the way. And then, of course, let's see. Yeah, so after Fantastic Four, I want to see Toxic Avenger. That comes out in August. Yeah, it looks good. Yeah. I mean, you got, oh, who's that guy in charge? Let me take a look at it again. Yeah, it was supposed to come out in 2023, but because of the dreaded worldwide disease that came out, it was put on hiatus. So let's take a look at it here. Da, 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 da. There it is. All right. So we got Peter Dinklage as playing the Toxic Avenger, Winston. Wade the Kid is played by Jacob Tremblay. Let's see. There was somebody else in here. Oh, yeah, there he is. Bacon. The villain, Bob Garbinger. Kevin Bacon. The Bacon. And then his creepy brother, Fritz, played by Elijah Wood. Woohoo! Yay. So you got Peter Dinklage, Kevin Bacon, Elijah Wood, a whole bunch of characters. It's going to be good. I'm looking forward to it. I even saw the other 3 Troma films before it. All bad, but bad enough to be funny and good. So they're cult classics now. And Gorilla says, you don't want temps to drop that fast. Every Midwesterner knows exactly what's coming when that happens. Yeah. Yeah, you do. You do know what's happening with that. Yeah, you get your tornadoes, right, Gorilla? A lot more of those. Yeah. Now, believe it or not, we do occasionally have 1 or 2 tornado-like conditions up here in Toronto. And I think somebody said even at one time that Lake Ontario had 1 or 2 water spouts back in their history, back in the past. I've never seen. Honestly, I've seen a tornado on land, but I've never seen a water spout. So I've never seen one of those watery type tornadoes in my history. Only on pictures or video or whatever. I've never seen it in real life. I probably don't want to be there to see it in real life either. And I definitely don't want to have to go through a tornado here in Toronto in the surrounding area. So that would be bad. And Curtis says, swiftly dropping temps usually means a calm day with little wind. Sometimes. Just kidding. I wonder if Iran ever has tornadoes. No, no. I know what Iran has, Curtis. They're called haboobs. Haboobs. Yeah. They're like a dust devil. They're like a dust storm, but they're all encompassing, which means that visibility is zero. And the dust is in the air so thick that if you open your mouth, you'll breathe in a whole bunch of it. And if you don't close your nose or anything else, you'll get maybe bouts of emphysema. You'll get dust in your noses. You'll get dust in your ears. You practically either have to wear a helmet over your head or you have to cover yourself up completely without any dust hitting you. I've been through one of those storms before, a haboob. I didn't almost make it. I mean, I survived it, but I almost didn't. So it's scary. Yeah, I like boobs. Yeah, most men do there, Curtis, and even some women. Okay, we all know this. So boobs are furious Middle Eastern boobs, right? Yes, yes, that's true. Yes, they're Middle Eastern storms. But as you know, in Arizona, some parts of the desert there are like the Middle East. That's why Middle Easterners love to go down there and visit because it's being like right at home. It is. It's dry heat, hot sun, cacti, sagebrush, mountains, occasional snow, maybe like 2 hours outside of town in either direction. Phoenix being the dead middle center of the state and the hottest part of the state, which is called Central Arizona. Oh, yeah, absolutely. So a hijab might actually be useful for something. Yes, that's true, Gorilla. It might actually be helpful. I know. Hard for you to believe, but yes, it can actually be helpful. Okay. Just trying to see who we got in the box here. All right. 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. 8. Right. Yeah, they can be. A lot of Middle Eastern dress is utilitarian. Yeah, that's true. A hijab can be something. Yes. You know, I like the fact that most of the women in the Middle East are allowed to show their faces and, without having the shawls or the veils over their face. I'm glad they're able to show them now. And they are starting to give some equality to women there in the Middle East. Maybe not over the entire region, but some of it. So there is hope for some of us, narcissistic, antagonistic male beast, somewhere. I'm sorry, but I am like my mother in a lot of ways. And my mom is the smartest of my mom and dad, and they've been married 61 years happily and pleasantly. They did go through a lot of rough times with the four of us kids, but we all turned out okay. So, my parents did something right. But my dad did rely on my mom for financial problems. If they cropped up, my mom took care of it. If there were financial difficulties, my mom took care of it. My mom is the financier. She takes care of the house. My dad was the breadwinner. When my dad had to retire, then they worked together to build themselves a nest egg and a will and everything else, and they're all set. When my parents go, they're ready to go. Suzanne and I, when we're ready to go, we're ready to go. Same with my sisters Bernadette and Elizabeth and my brother Philip. They're all ready. They're all established. We all know what to do. When we go, everybody will be taken care of. No worries. And let's see. Gorilla says, like, what they can have both eyes uncovered instead of just one. Yeah, right. That's what I mean. Is when the veil is completely down and they're allowed to be able to see with both eyes open. Yeah. Why not, Gorilla? Hey, you want equal representation. That's what I want for all men and women in the world is equal representation. Not just bodily wise, but mind wise and spiritually and everything overall. There should be no, women's lives matter. There should be no men's lives matter. There shouldn't be any Black Lives Matter or any other kind of lives matter. We're all human beings. Yeah, we do have different DNA, and yes, we're different in a lot of ways, but can't we come together? I mean, can't we come to a mutual agreement and say peace is the ultimate goal? That's been my whole point of my discussion today is peace is the ultimate goal. If we can reach it without getting at each other's throats, we should be fine. There shouldn't be a problem. We can enjoy life for what it is. Go out there and experience it firsthand. If you haven't done a certain thing, if you haven't gone to a certain place, then go. Just do it. Who gives a shit? You only live once. And when you go, that's it. No more earthbound plane. You've moved on. Or at least you hope you do. Unless you end up on the other side and become a ghost or a spirit or some other shit, some kind of poltergeist, yeah. Well, it's funny. Suzanne has said that when she dies, she'll always haunt me. And I told her the same thing. I said, when I die, I'm going to haunt you. So there you go. Phone dying, have to plug in. All right, Gorilla. Go for it, brother. I'll be here for a few more minutes. It's okay. Well, I'm just chatting now. Like I said, I'm kind of indisposed, so I really can't show myself, but I'm going to go get a drink. I'll be right back. That's like they said to Malcolm in the Middle. Life's so unfair. Oh, man. Oh, by the way, if you hear some little bit of air, this is just my mini fan. I have my window open to get some air. Breeze is coming in from outside. We might have a chance at a storm, so we'll see what happens with that. But in the meantime, I got my little mini fan here at my desk. Suzanne got us a couple mini fans so that we would be at least a little bit air conditioned because they don't have any actual working air conditioners here in the building. So they're still doing repairs, things. So there's that. Alrighty. So let's see what else is going on. Well, baseball season is in full swing. We know that. MLB. Of course, the Florida Panthers won back-to-back Stanley Cups. They won again over the Edmonton Oilers. So the Stanley Cup is back in the Florida Everglades, the backwoods of the damn incestual families and shit down there in Florida. Yep. Yeah, you're welcome, LDG. Celebrate with hockey pucks and sticks for a while. Oh, and by the way, if you want your cousin Jethro to beat up on the Stanley Cup with his car or truck or shit, or have an alligator try to eat it, good luck with that. Just shows you how inbred those Floridians are. How much fun they are. LDG, that's not you, but obviously you're the minority surrounded by majority idiots. Oh, man. Let's see what else is happening. All right, so we got baseball in full swing. We got WNBA basketball in full swing. Whee! Girls playing basketball. Limited crowds. Fundamentals. Boring as hell. Hey, can't help it. Let's see. Oh, and last but not least, I think we've got what do they call it again? Oh yeah, Canadian Football League. So it looks like PvP and I are going to be at each other's football teams again this year. His BC Lions and my Toronto Argonauts. Go Argos! Yay. Even though they're sucking bad. Right now they're 0-3. That's not good. They won the whole thing last year, the Grey Cup. Now they're losing again? Oh, man. Arbuckle. You ever heard of a name like that for a quarterback? Arbuckle? Holy frack. That doesn't seem real. But hey, it is what it is. Yeah, there's 3 teams I'm following this year. Just 3. I cut back on all my other teams for baseball anyway. I adopted the Blue Jays. I'm still a #1 Giants fan for life. That'll never change because that's where I was born, in San Francisco. Gorilla, no matter what you call it. And I did live in Arizona for all those years, and so therefore I guess I'm like a closet Diamondback fan. So Giants, Diamondbacks, and Blue Jays. Hey, any enemy of the Yankees is a friend of mine. Any enemy of the Dodgers is a friend of mine. There you go. That's the best way to go. Hate the Dodgers, hate the Yankees, F them both. There you go. That works. And then football's going to come back in a couple months. Whee! My 49ers and the Washington Redskins. No, they're not the Commanders, you morons, you fools. They're the Redskins to me. They always will be the Redskins. And those are my 2 teams I'll be following this year. I'm sorry, Joe, I won't be following your Raiders, but they're a basket case, man. That team needs some help. And moving to Las Vegas, oh yeah, that doesn't help at all. That just makes it worse. Maybe we should call them the Las Vegas Gamblers instead of the Raiders. Would be better, wouldn't it? Sound better. Well, at least one thing that my Redskins and 49ers, and my 49ers being my diehard team, their mutual hatred for the Dallas Cowboys is legend. It's legendary. So therefore, the Dallas Criminals, head by the warden known as Jerry Jones, the criminal warden of the franchise. Yeah. Yeah, you definitely know how to follow crime, don't you? Or it follows you. Anyway, so much for Dallas. Well, that covers all my sports, anyway. And I still have 3 wonderful people still watching, so I'm very happy about that. Hell, I could even have 0 or 1, and that wouldn't bother me too much. But I love the fact that there are 3 of you that still want to hang around and be out here with me. So that means a lot, it really does. Okay, well, let's go ahead and thank the 8 people that have been here today, this morning. This afternoon, we got Matt 2890. Remember, everyone that I mentioned here in the chat that came to visit us today, please go to their channels and make sure you hit the like button, subscribe to their channel, and make sure you share it with all your friends and family. And of course, don't forget, hit that notification bell, that ding, 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 so that it can notify you of all future events, such as webcams, such as live streams, such as podcasts, whatever comes up, or even the gaming. So, yeah. So, Matt 2890, thank you. Roger Blair, thank you for coming, sir. Also, Accounting Cheap, and our new friend LK Virtual Quiz. LK, if you come by and visit sometime next week, make sure I get you a blue wrenchy, okay? So you can have a blue wrench and a standard mod chip here for us at Mike Uses 4, okay? And thank you so much, honey, for coming. I really appreciate that. And Curtis Selby, our Tired Midnight Blogger, Brother Curtis. He has one of the most polite political chats and live streams ever in the history of YouTube. So make sure you go to Curtis Selby's channel and make sure you subscribe and go to some of his web streams. Yeah, they're really fun. Believe it. Also, Gorilla's Random Thoughts. And Gorilla has a great channel on Sunday, or, the start of the week. On Tuesdays, he has his Cigar Lounge. On Thursdays, he's been doing 2 episodes of Terminator, the Sarah Connor Chronicles. On Fridays, he's doing the Waltons. And we're on to season 5, episode 1, the first edition. That'll be coming up hopefully next Friday. And then, let's see. Sunday. Tonight, he's also doing his Cinema Sunday mystery movie, number 4. And I'm curious, so I'm going to go see it, see what's going on. I didn't go see 3 because I needed the rest. I need to relax. Every once in a while on Saturdays and Sundays, I just need to collapse and take 2 days off and chill out. Because I do a long, big, Monday through Thursday. I got Red Dwarf reviews on Mondays. I've got my TOS review on Tuesday, my 2 reviews of the Get Smart show on Wednesdays, and of course the greatest series ever created in television history, in my honest opinion, the A-Team, and I do 2 episodes of that. And right now I'm on season 4, so I'm almost done with that. Now in the fall, we've got planned on doing mystery shows, and those might come on Monday afternoons, maybe even Monday evenings, and I hope to have both my friends Sifdan and PvP, maybe Gorilla if he wants to participate, and also my brother Larry. And again, don't forget, when I say my prayer here, Larry and his whole family, they need all the prayers they can get because he has his big surgery on July the 1st. So we will mention that. Okay. And then also we had Kage Noctum Gaming was here. So Kage, thank you so much, my friend, for being here. Appreciate you. He has a good channel, his own. So make sure you folks check that out. That'd be cool. And then we also had Positive Candor, also known as PC, and he was here for us. So we've got, so we got 7 people that came in, 8 people to come in and see us today. So that was very much appreciated. And let's see. Yes. And I'm looking. Yeah. Okay. Oh, and here's Lady Mist. Hi, Lady Mist. Take care, everyone. Have a fabulous Sunday. Oh, Lady Mist, we're not done yet. If you want to say something or hello or something like that to us, please. That'd be much appreciated. But thank you. Hope you hit that like for us there, lady. I'm sure you did. Yes. And there's John. Hi, John. John Pontoriero, everyone, or also known as JPRPH1. Welcome, John. Hey there. And John says, John says he's been watching on my TV. I had to charge my phone. Great stream, Mikey. Oh, thank you, John. Well, that's very much appreciated, my friend. Thank you so much. And much love and hello and everything to Mikey Sue's for. Lady Mist, I love you. We love you. Take care of yourself, please. I hope you're having a good Sunday, sweetie. I hope you are. Um, and I hope you've been watching and listening. And if you didn't, make sure you catch us on the rewatch, okay? Yeah. And I do appreciate you here and everybody else here that came to visit us today. So thank you so much. And of course, our new visitor, LK, virtual quiz. I'll make sure, LK, you come by during the week and I'll get you a blue wrench when I see you the next time, okay? So yeah, please. That'd be great. Okay. So as you know, we always let's see here. Okay. Oh, okay. You were watching on TV and moved to the PC to say hello. Oh, well, thank you so much. Thank you, Lady Mist. Well, you're very much appreciated, sweetie. You really are. And we've had 10 people visit us today. So very cool. Thank you. All of you. And we still have 4 people that are watching us intently. So much appreciated. Okay. So as you always know, as I always like to say, always expect the unexpected. That is our meme for this year for Mikey Sue Store channel. Our friend Larry, who is going to be undergoing a very major heart surgery on July 1st, always says, be yourself. And my wife, Suzanne, the beautiful partner and soulmate of mine, as well as being a circuit preacher, also known as a Universal Life Church minister, she always says, leave everything in God's hands. That's the best piece of advice I've ever heard, and I definitely follow it. So, yeah. So if we want peace in our time, I always ask God to take care of it. I know He will. And Gorilla says, always remember to be a gorilla. Yeah, so I'm going to add that to our list of phrases there now, Gorilla, if you don't mind. He says, always remember to be a gorilla. That's funny advice, but I like it. I enjoy it. Yeah. We should form a band, Gorilla. Gorilla and the Silverbacks. That's still in the works, right? I could sing. I could be lead singer. You play drums. PvP could play a, horn instrument or something. Not a horny instrument, but you know what I mean. Curtis could play piano or something. Guitar, maybe. I don't know. We'll have to find somebody. We'll have to find somebody to come up with the band, put it together, and then see what happens. Yeah, that'd be fun. Alrighty. Oh, and last but not least, of course, I can't show you on screen here, but Gene Siskel, who used to work for the Chicago Tribune, who did Siskel and Ebert at the movies, he was my favorite nerd on TV, and he always said, and now the aisle is closed. So appreciate Gene Siskel allowing me, even from the dead, to use that catchphrase of his. All right, so let's say a quick prayer. So in the name of the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit, amen. Dear Lord, we know that the world is a fearful and frightening place. There are a lot of wars going on, mini wars we call them, brush fires some people call them, but they are happening. And may the powers that be, the ones that you see on earth, may those powers on earth, through your intervention, Lord, divinely, allow them to come to peaceful terms and to bring peace back to this world. As fragile as it is, and as desperate as it is. We need peace. We need to go back to taking care of domestic issues like poverty, homelessness, desperation, destitute, and so on. Take care of crime. Take care of violence, racism, all forms of terrible iniquities and sins. We need to take care of them domestically. Take care of our business, by world-wise, foreign policy-wise. But after that's done, let's take care of our domesticated problems. So with all that, Lord, we ask for you in your name and in your Son's name, Jesus Christ, his mother, the most blessed Virgin Mary, and the Holy Spirit, and of course in our patron saints, Saint Suzanne and Saint Michael the Archangel, defender of heaven, who sent the evil one and his fallen angels to hell. We ask for your love and prayers, Lord, in everything and in all ways. Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread. Forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from all evil. Hail Mary, full of grace, the Lord is with thee. Blessed art thou among women, and blessed is the fruit of thy womb, Jesus Christ. Holy Mary, Mother of God, pray for us sinners, now and at the hour of our death. For thine is the kingdom and the power and the glory are yours, now and forever, as it was in the beginning, is now, and ever shall be, the world without end. Amen and amen. Father, Son, Holy Spirit. And hopefully you didn't mind that. Being a Sunday, I like adding the other two prayers in. The Lord's Prayer, and then the other two, Virgin Mary and the Glory Be. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you, Lady Miss. That's very much appreciated. Lots of prayers, yes. Lots of prayers for the world. We need it. And JPR says amen. Oh, thank you, JPR. That means the world to me. Thank you. Okay, so on behalf of everybody that's here, I hope I mentioned everyone. I hope I didn't miss anybody. If I did, I apologize. Don't forget, everyone, please go to each one of the person's channels that I mentioned. Like, subscribe, share. Make sure you hit that notification bell for every one of them. Give them some sponsorships. The algorithm likes when you do that. The YouTube overlords are overjoyed when that happens. So make sure you do all of that for them, okay? That would be most appreciated. And if you get a chance to rewatch this, hopefully you'll get a message from it. Hopefully you'll understand what we're facing in this world. We all need help. If you see someone in distress, give them a helping hand. If someone hates you, offer the other cheek, and so on. But we need peace in this time. There's lots going on, and we need to come together, as the Beatles would say, right now, over the death of the war, the death of disruption, destruction, and, of course, natural disasters. It all needs to end. We need to come together in peace. Give peace a chance, as John Lennon said. Well, I'm going to end there. So remember, God bless America. God bless Canada. God bless the UK and England for our friend Lisa and others that live there. And God bless the rest of the world. As you know, it needs help. Let's make sure we can get it there until the time that we all face the final maker himself. And of course, peace from Mikey Seuss 4. So on behalf of myself, my beautiful wife Suzanne, and our two beautiful black Persian cats, Moonpie and Deja Vu, I hope all of you have a wonderful Sunday. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Make sure you have a great week ahead. And be safe out there. It's a rough world. And of course, love, prayers, and support to all of you from us here. Take care, everyone. We'll see you next week. Tomorrow, of course, as I said, we've got 2 episodes of Red Dwarf. And tomorrow is officially me and Suzanne's 23rd, June 23rd is our official 10-year wedding anniversary. We did get married together. We got bonded in Niagara Falls, Canada, before we got married the following year down there in Arizona, officially in a courthouse. So that's our 10-year anniversary. We'll celebrate that tomorrow after we do our 2-episode review of Red Dwarf, which, by the way, we're in season 10, so we're almost done. Yeah. And Lady Miss says hello to JPRPH1. And Lady Miss says bye. Thank you, Lady Miss. And bye to everyone. We'll see you next time. And we will end with that.